Chaplain's message, asbestos. I was reading the administrative update from the chief, and one word jumped out and stuck in my mind, and that word was asbestos. Asbestos, a fibrous material that was used in the construction of many older buildings, ships, machinery, etc. It has great benefits, but at that same time it's toxic to our bodies. Now, while we wait for the asbestos study to be done on our building, perhaps it would be a good time to look for the asbestos that might be hiding in our own lives. Perhaps it's a good time to do some asbestos remediation in our professional and personal lives. Example, one mistake that many of us made or make as LEOs was or is in trying to keep everything work-related from our spouses. Now, while I totally agree that they do not and should not need to know all the details of our job, the ugliness, the tragedy, etc., they should and need to have some understanding of the stress of our job, and communication is critical for that to happen. What have we been going through lately? At my own agency, it's been a hot summer, another long river season, hours of overtime, off-duty work to make ends meet, a hurricane, moving out of our building to new quarters, new faces, new environment. Add to that the coming of a fall, which brings more holidays and a whole other set of stressors on, plus moving back to the building we had to move out of a year ago. A lot going on. In order to keep ourselves above all that, we need to be able to effectively communicate and lead. There are two words for this week: communication and leadership. Communication with your families. Communication with your coworkers. As law enforcement officers and alphas, we sometimes have difficulty communicating anything past what we want, when we want it, and how we want it done. Understandable given our job description. It just becomes a natural mindset. On the street, that works fine most of the time. At home, it might be the asbestos that needs some remediation. Leadership, John 13:12-17, tells of the washing of the disciples' feet by Jesus. Verse 15 out of that passage is what we as LEOs need to follow. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. Think about it. It only takes a small step to begin a journey, and that journey is completed through the sum of our small steps. Go wash some feet. Be able to communicate and lead as Jesus did. God's blessings. Chaplain Chris.